Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Live by TV. Live by TV is a place where we like to talk all about business strategies and have really inspiring conversations that's just going to ignite your business growth. Each week, I bring on an awesome guest who is really just at the top of their game in order to help you guys to accelerate in your lives. Now, Livewire TV is a part of Livewire Media, where we do corporate videography and video marketing. Now, this week I've got a really bubbly, awesome guest for you guys. So if you want to become an Amazon best-selling author, not even necessarily just on Amazon, but just become a best-selling author in general, if you want to learn about the mindset that it takes, the actual actionable steps that it takes, this is the show for you. And we're going to be just dropping some mindset nuggets of wisdoms for you guys as well. So, David, welcome to the show.
Ro, thank you very much for having me. I've been waiting like 3 months to get on with you. You are chock-a-block. I mean, if there is a place to go for enhanced and added credibility through video marketing, then you are the lady. I mean, I've been counting the days down.
Bless you, bless you. I'm super excited to have you here. And I know that you guys watching at home, you're going to get so much value from what David has to offer, because we've known each other for several weeks now. And honestly, this guy really knows his stuff inside and out. So I guess the question on a lot of people's minds right now, David, is how do people become an Amazon best-selling author in such a short period of time?
Do it. you need a little plan. I know some really nice publishers. I'll name drop one person, Brenda Dempsey, and she's far more professional than me. And what she will do, she'll take you under the wing, she'll give you PR and all that sort of thing, Ro. And when you work with a top class publisher like Brenda, what will happen is it could be anywhere between 3 and 9 months for you to get to the position where you want to be. But it's slick as a slick thing in slickiness.
Yeah.
What I do is I go, right, I'm in perfect action. A wonderful guy called Sean Murphy, who I follow a lot. He says done is the new perfect, and this is what it is. And when I say how to become a best-selling author in 28 days or less, I've done it 5 times.
Wow.
Yeah, and my recent success was this week as well. You know, one thing I didn't do, I didn't bring all my books. My books are upstairs. That doesn't matter. But we can do this. And to answer your question, we need a little plan. And once you've done it once, you can do it again, and you can do it again, and you can do it again, and you can have some fun with it. And the great thing about it, Ro, is the hidden objective. Don't think about thousands and thousands of sales. Think about your business goal where you are the next 6 months, and use the books to help you to get to those business goals.
So what you're basically saying is have a big goal, like a big vision, but break down the steps.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no point going into something with, without a plan. So before I came downstairs, we live upstairs, my office is downstairs. My wife said to me, David, I don't feel too hungry tonight. Do you want to cook for you and Amelia? Amelia's my son's 8. Yeah. And I said, yeah, sure. I fancy a chicken biryani. I've never cooked one in my life, right? But I know it's rice and chicken. So what I went onto the internet, I got a recipe, we've got all the stuff, and I've asked my wife, would you be so kind to put everything out for me? Because that's what we do, don't we? When we want to make some food, we have a recipe. If you want to be an Amazon bestseller in 28 days or less, or however long, we need a recipe for it. So is it okay if I talk about objectives, first of all?
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you. So when I first decided to do this, Ro, I did it for a bit of a laugh. I did it for a bit of mischief. I'm walking up and down the river, not on the river, but by the side, because I can't walk on water, and with my phone and my headphones, and I said, I'm going to write a book. And the book was going to be about marketing for coaches in terms of how you can make a $250,000 a year business. Because That's what I do. That I know how to make 20K a month. So I took my pen out and I rolled up my sleeve. And I wrote down on the inside of my arm the chapters of what I was going to write. Okay. I want to hold you with that thought there. I'm not going to tell you what happened next. That's kind of like a bit of an entry in what I'm going to talk about in a moment on how we can take really good, quick action. But Ro, if you want to stop me at any time, please do. In terms of objectives, this is really important. And I've listed a few objectives down here because I'm being a diligent interviewee, making sure I don't forget my lines. So objectives, possible objectives. Book sales. Yeah, it's an obvious one, right? You might want to open yourself up to a new audience. It could be that you would like to use your book as some sort of introduction to get yourself an upsell. You might want to use your book for credibility or leadership, leading from the front, showing people what you're doing stuff. Because a lot of leadership is about taking and making action.
Yeah.
You could use it for brand awareness. It could be your invitational calling card. And you could also use it to make money by bringing other people into your book. Okay, so we've got a whole different range of objectives there. You can choose the objective that you want to choose. So for me, to be absolutely honest with you, I'm not really interested in book sales. Not for me. I'm not. I'm interested in book sales for my clients so they can get out there. What I'm interested in, and I'm just ticking off my little tick list, because I do multi-author. When I say multi-author, I'm not talking like 6 or 7 people writing a chapter. I'm talking like 60 or 80 people all writing 3 pages each.
Right, okay.
Why? It's a lead generation tool for me from a business footing. There is a spiritual place for this as well, because my business works from love, abundance, community, and evolution. But from a business point of view, can I bring a new audience into the world of David Paul? Because what I do is I grow coaches' businesses through my business coaching. What a great sort of opportunity. Join my book. So if I want to, my objective is let's develop an audience. How? So people can join me on 3 different levels. They can join me for free. So that's getting free content, which is nice. In return, somebody gets to be in a book. Brilliant. And they can write so much. Or if somebody wants to pay me $37 or $77, they can pay me a little more. Now, that also provides me with some market positioning, because you could go and join a book and be a co-author and pay $3,000.
I was going to say, because like your method of having other people contribute to your book, A, that kind of takes a bit of pressure away from you.
Yeah.
B, it can expand your network, and B, it's an extra income. C, it's an extra income stream as well, isn't it?
Correct. It's if you imagine a donkey is your business and you've got 4 legs on a donkey, this is one revenue stream that's coming through. Yeah. And on average, for each book, in terms of the authors coming in, I make around about $3,000 to $3,000. Sorry, $3,000 to $3,500. Excuse me. But my next objective is upsells. These people come to me and go, "Hey, David, I'm really interested. This is fab," and they come in and they leave, because that's their point of exit as well as entry. That's where they want it to be. Some people say to me, "What else can you do for me?" So it's a bit of a calling card, you see. It's like, "Oh, well, David, what else do you do?" Well, I coach coaches to develop their business. Now, when I'm selling to my co-authors, I need to give my co-authors a message. Why should they be in this book? Yeah. So I say to them, once you're in this book, first of all, you can tell your existing and future audience what you're doing. People like action takers, just like you, Ro. Every time you're on Livewire, people go, "Wow, look at Ro, she's doing this again." Like, wow, you're in a book. Now, if you work in the coaching community, Rob, you know that there's lots of book opportunities. But if you turn your computer off and pick up your phone and speak to some of your family, and they go, "What? You're in a book? What? You've got a YouTube channel?" They think it's amazing. You know, this it's like, "Whoa, you've done what?" And most of our clients actually live in that sphere. So I say to my clients, you'll enhance your credibility, you'll be leading, you'll increase your brand awareness. And if you want to get onto podcasts, or if you want to be good enough to be on your show, Livewire Media, you got to have a story. Hey, Ro, my name's Alice, and I'm a co-author of this book. And all of a sudden, Ro goes, "Well, that's interesting. Tell me about it." Because they've done something. They're not just coming onto your show going, "Hey, look at me, I want to go and pitch my business to people." They can go to podcasters, they can go to people who, to go and speak on stage and say, "This is the reason why I think you should let me speak on your stage, because I've made the effort to go out there and do this."
Yeah.
So
do you have to have a big network in order to become a bestseller?
No. Great question. So one of the things that you have to do is you have to pick categories. So I only operate through Amazon. You could go through different places and go to different bookstores, but I only operate through Amazon. Why? Yeah, it's the biggest shop in the world, right? And pretty much all of my clients, 99% of them before they join me, have an Amazon account. And by the time they do join me, they do have an Amazon account. So I say to you, Ro, let's say you're in my next book. Ro, we need a hand in getting this to become a bestseller. Is it in your interests? Well, yeah. So you're going to certainly buy one book anyway for yourself, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you think that you've got a couple of clients who you really like, the existing clients that you'd like to buy a book for, and you sign it and you send it out to them? Why not? Do you think that you could have a couple of clients in the future who you're targeting that you could buy it for? So I ask the people, whether they come in for free or $37 or $77, would you like to buy half a dozen books? Or can you buy half a dozen books? That could be $5, it could be $10. But you should do. You really, really should do, because that is, you're promoting your business, and if you want to go on a decent podcast, or if you want to go and stand on stage somewhere, don't tell people where you can buy your book from. Don't say, "Hey, look at this, is me on Amazon." Get that book, sign it, and post it and send it out to them. So if I've got 60 or 70 people all in my book, and they're all buying somewhere between, let's say, 5 and 10 books each, let's say we've got 300 books. We then choose the category. I know I'm going to get several hundred book sales, and we launch it on a specific day. So what I like to do is I like to launch it on a boring day, like Tuesday. Because what happens? Pardon?
So you can liven up the day.
So I can liven up the day. But when do we tend to buy books? I think we try and buy stuff in our social time. I'm not always right with that. It depends on the book that we're buying. But I have a launch. I say to my clients, we're going to do the launch. We're going to do it on March. In fact, one of my best launches was February the 22nd, 2022. I had all the twos in it, and it was my book about spiritual development. So I used an angel number, and then it loved it. And I said to everybody, right, we're going to buy it today. Let's get out today. I've got everybody grouped up in a WhatsApp group. We all went out there and we all bought it. And within an hour, it was number one best in the category for spirituality.
Wow, that's amazing. All through the power of just asking.
All through the power of just asking and providing a vision for people.
Yeah.
This is really important. You see, if you're just offering a book, okay, but what does it mean to that person? So I'll quote you two people. Aaron Nolan, who was started to be in my second book, has been in all of them actually. And he said, David, this book is amazing. He lives out in Arizona, if I remember rightly. He's got 4 kids. And he's a single dad of 4 kids. And I think the youngest is about 3 years old. And he said, David, something amazing has happened to me. I'm like, what? Have you got a big client that's come on or whatever? He said, oh, no, better than that. My kids have opened up the parcel from Amazon, got the book. No, they know that I'm in it, and they've been jumping up and down on me, celebrating that Daddy's in a book.
Wow, that's amazing. You kind of alluded to a really fantastic point earlier about, and I imagine this is one of the nuances of becoming a best-selling Amazon author, creating your value proposition.
Yeah.
Can you clarify that a bit more for people and how they can define their value proposition? Because I'm sure that you're aware, without that, you're not going to get the sales.
Yeah. So when it comes to value proposition for me, first of all, I think it starts with vision. Why should I be a part of this? And some people said to me, David, I just want to be a part of this because of you and the community of people, which is a nice pat on the back for me. But part of the value proposition for them is literally being part of this community. The other part of the value proposition, and I see a lot of altruism in this, is love. I have a love of writing. Or David, you've just given me an access to something I've never been able to do before, because I've had these self-limiting beliefs and people holding me back. So traditionally, when we look at value proposition, we look at, you get credibility, leadership, extra clients, and that's all true. But let's peel back the onion of the business part of the value proposition of lead generation, credibility, being able to get online podcasts. And let's look at it from a humanistic point of view.
Yeah.
Because being able to break self-limiting beliefs of you're not good at writing, you'll never make it, you're not good at this, and the trappings that we live in, to go, I can be a bestseller. That's actually a great opportunity for somebody who wants to improve themselves to say, I can do this and I am worthy. So the value proposition can look deeper than the standard features that you would put there in a business. Tap into the feelings, like with Aaron Nolan and his family. But is it okay if I tell you how quick it is to put this together? So there's 2 elements I want to talk about. 1, how I write, and 2, how I collate everybody else's entries. So the first thing was, I was walking down by the river, and you'll remember I thought of a theme, how to make $250,000 from a business.
Yeah.
I just wanted to write what I do. So I did. I really got a pen out and I wrote down the chapters on the inside of my arm. And I got my phone. And you can do this with a couple of ways. Initially, when I first did it, I just left voice notes. And then I got the voice notes transcribed by an app. I was using otter.ai. And with Otter, you get 600 free minutes a month.
Yeah.
Or you can use something like rev.com, and you pay like, I think it's $1 a minute with rev.com. And it's a human doing it for you. So the accuracy is a little bit stronger, or much stronger. But then I started to actually just go into Google Docs, and when I went into Google Docs, I used the speech to text section, and I spoke it, and as I spoke it, I could see the words being typed out into it. So when I did my first book, my content took me 1 hour and 38 minutes to put together. Then I transcribed it, and I edited it slightly. Now, your publishers will go, oh, you want a proper editor in there to get the voice right and what have you not. If you want to take 3, 6, 12 months and do the whole big finale, fine. I don't. I speak from the vernacular. What that means is the written word comes out, is actually my spoken word. The written word is my spoken word. And my clients love it. And they say to me, David, when I read your words, I hear your voice.
Yeah.
And my clients like that. And my future clients have come to me and said, I've read your book and now I can hear your voice. Now I'll go back and read the pages. And I think that's clever. I think there's a bit of subliminal stuff going off there. So that's how I do it for me. How do I do it for my co-authors? First of all, create myself a landing page. Do you want to be in this book? It's awesome. You really ought to join. Then I give them 3 options. The free option, they get 200 words, I think, 150 words. And you might think, 150 words? Only 150 words? What sort of contribution is that? I tell you, if you want to write a message in 150 words, it's really hard, and it's actually the hardest version to write, because your message has got to be so succinct. But when somebody does read your 150 words, boom, you get that message through. One snippet, no waffle, you're in and you're out, and the person reading it resonates with what gets that message immediately. So they can do the free option, the $37 option, which is more words, or the $77 option, which is more words. They select the one they want. Then, once the purchase has gone through, I take them into jot form. Now, you could use Google Docs, and there are other note form taking applications out there, but I use jot form. And what I do is I say, right, okay, welcome to the book. Very happy you're here. I need your name. By the way, all the information that you're going to put in, I'm going to put into the book. So I want your name. I want your best email address. I want your best social media handle. If you want
all the details, yeah.
Absolutely. And then I give them a little bit of advice. If you want to freeform, use this section here. However, if you need some help with your content, here are 10 questions that you could answer.
Yeah. So you're giving them a bit of guidance, really.
Absolutely. So let's just say they go for the $77 version, 600 words. I'll say, go and pick 4 questions to answer and just do 150 words in each one. It helps them become succinct.
Yeah.
They press submit. It comes through to me at my end. I then have a lady over in, she's going to kill me. If it's either Croatia or Serbia.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's Serbia. She has the password for my jot form, and then she takes it out and she puts it into a Google Doc for me. So now I've got all my content from my clients in a Google Doc. I add my bit, and then I go to Upwork.
Do you know what I love about your whole process? It's so streamlined.
Yeah.
Like, when you hear from most authors, it's kind of like, I've got to do my book. Like, you can feel the energy draining.
Yeah. Oh, if it's going to be painful, don't do it. Make it easy.
Yeah,
so 100%. Get the content into a jot form. If it's a multi-author, get it into jot form or something like that. And if that's the case, you get somebody to then stick it into a Google Doc for you. I think she charges me like $50 or $60 or something, to do that legwork, which is great. I then go to Upwork and I look for a KDP. I think it stands for Kindle Direct Publishing. It's Amazon. Typesetter, book editor, whatever buzzwords that you want to use. I've got my preferred person. And he puts it into 2 formats for me. He puts it into an ebook format and a paperback format. I pay $50.
Yeah.
Now, while that's going, I've got another guy. He's really cool. He's called Mark Collins. And Mark designed my logo for me, which is a chicken with love hearts. And Mark designed him, and he does the front cover for me. The front, the back, and the spine.
Yeah, so you got multiple things happening at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, so my branding is consistent. So I go to Mark and I say, hey, Mark, I'm doing a new book. I need you to change the color and I need you to change the title and the bit on the back.
Yeah.
Pay mark, done.
Wow.
And then I go to Amazon, KDP, and whack it all in. But before I whacked it all in, because it sounds simple, it actually is simple. I used a lady called Kinga. I can't think of a surname. I can. It's just really hard to pronounce. It's Kinga, and she's on my friend's profile. And
Yeah.
she's my Amazon book coach. I borrow her for a couple of hours. I can't remember what I pay her. $100, $10. She's in Britain actually, and she'll go, right, okay, let's put that into place. We'll put that into place. Oh, I think you could do with changing that around. Let's go and find the right categories, David, because they're not good enough. We need to put some better categories than that. She fiddles around with it. We do a 2-hour Zoom. Boom, it's done. I've got my book uploaded. I've got my front cover uploaded. And in 3 days' time, because it takes about 3 days, Amazon going, yeah, it's ready.
Right, wow.
And there
David,
we go.
we're going to have to cut it short here because, like, I really want to like delve in deeper with you, but unfortunately, time is against us. But where can people connect with you and find more details about you?
Through you. Go to Ro's profile, buy all of Ro's stuff, get on an interview with Ro, ask Ro how she can help your business. And once you've done that, go onto her friends list and look for my name, David Poole. Or you can go to Facebook and search for David Poole Cognac. That's where I live. And I've used that in my title as well. And my business website is goingbeyondtheillusion.com.
Yeah. And for those, if you're wondering, Cognac is spelled like the drink cognac because David is based in France, in Cognac, where they make cognac.
Yeah, that's it.
So, and I'd highly recommend connecting with David because one, you'll learn so much from him. Even if you're not interested in writing a book, honestly, when you connect with people of that caliber, your mindset is just elevated. 2, he is super well connected, so it's definitely worth having a conversation with him. And 3, he really knows his stuff inside and out. And I've never seen anybody streamline the process of becoming a bestseller quite like David has. So guys, definitely connect with him. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you have any questions for David, drop them in the comment section below. Even if you're watching the replay, let us know and we'll still follow up with your questions. So that's it from me from this week, guys. Make sure that you tune in next Thursday, 7 p.m. GMT time for another awesome, inspiring conversation. See you there. David, thanks so much for joining us.
Take care. See you all and give Ro lots of love.